Arianna Huffington is now here. She's, of course, the founder of the Hufffington Post. Hey, Arianna.
Hi, Katie. Good to be with you.
Nice to have you here. You know, I read with great interest your sort of review of President Obama's first 100 days, and you gave him, I think, pretty consistently high marks in most areas except for the banking crisis. And you really took Larry Summers and Tim Geithner to task. What do you think he has messed up when it comes to that particular area?
Well, my concern, Katie, is that he has basically handed that area over to Larry Summers and Tim Geithner, who are creatures of Wall Street. And as a result, they have really treated the very people who got us partly to where we are with kid gloves. And the big concern about that is that the numbers, the dollar amounts are so astronomical that this could become the Achilles heel of his administration. Even today we had Christine Romer saying that we may have to give them more money because clearly the stress tests have not come out as well as people had hoped. And the idea that we're going to give them more money, even though, contrary to what everybody was hoping, their lending is down compared to what it was back in October, shows that the goals behind this program have not really been fulfilled.
Well, what do you think should have been done to prevent banks from behaving badly? In other words, what kind of safeguards should have been in place to make this a more effective program in your view?
Well, Katie, you know, economists ranging from Neil Ferguson at Harvard, who is more on the right, to Paul Krugman, who is more on the left, have said that there is no alternative to dealing with Citi, which is basically insolvent, than taking it into receivership. Let's not mention nationalization, because we're talking about a temporary plan that could clean up the bank, deal with the toxic assets, and then sell it back to the private sector. And nothing else is really going to work. Everything else is simply delaying the inevitable at tremendous cost to the taxpayer and to the public. That is really the big concern. The same banks that really survived because of taxpayer bailouts are now jacking up credit rates, credit card rates, sometimes up to 30% if you miss a payment. They're derailing bankruptcy legislation on the Hill this very moment, so that cramdowns that would help people avoid foreclosures are probably either not going to be in the legislation, which comes to a vote tomorrow, or be significantly watered down. So despite everything, they still really remain incredibly powerful in Washington.